Welcome back to our next lesson of Adobe Illustrator. In this lesson, we are going to learn about sports t-shirt design. Well, you might think that there are, couple of different sport t-shirt design, but this is going to be quite basic. It's just we're going to put in or make ourselves a logo, and then we're going to put it on a t-shirt, and then we're going to see how it basically looks like. So without any further ado, let's just hop into the lesson by opening up Adobe Illustrator. From here, you can see that I have opened up Adobe Illustrator. And from here, I'm going to click on presets and then just open up whichever one I want. Make sure to use your layers because that is quite important to use. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is going to be either making it black or either making it white. But first, I'm going to keep it to be white. And then I'm going to start off using my ellipse tool. Click on this. Then I'm going to make two ellipse tool. Select tool, click on the path, click on Alt, and then hit on Shift. Now select on both of them, and I'm going to click on this. Now you can see this is basically how it will look like. Click on both of them, click on any of the path, and then make sure they are perfectly aligned at the intersects. I can see all of them looks quite good. Now I'm going to do is group them up together if you want to, basically. But if you don't want to, you can obviously use any part, whichever one you want. Let's say I'm going to do is take our group of them up if you want to, basically. But from here, I'm going to do is use this shape builder tool, which I'll be able to use. What I'm going to do is click on this, select on this part, basically. Well, first off, you have to select the whole thing, and then you're gonna do select this part. First, I'm gonna select on this. I'm gonna click on the select tool and double click on it and take this part, just which I want. I'm gonna click on it and then I'm gonna delete this. And we're gonna use just this one, okay? So now it looks kind of like a shield, right? So I'm gonna do is click on it and hold on Shift and increase the size of it. Now, first thing I'm going to do is going to be clicking on this, and then I'm going to fix the stroke. Let's say I'm going to keep it to be 2. Now we have our size, and it looks a lot better, right? You can rasterize it if you want to. You can join, group, whatever you want, basically. But I'm going to keep it just the way it is, and then I'm going to do is use up another logo. Now, I'm going to open up a couple of things. Let's say I'm going to do is open up. And this is the t-shirt. I'm going to click on resource file, and then I'm going to find out, let's say, console, skulls, or whichever one you prefer, or you can use sports logo. So I'm going to open this sports logo up so that I can use it for, different, purposes. Click on this, activate the fonts. So I'm going to close it. I don't need it. I'm going to skip it. And basically, I have it over here. You can see all of them are, different in size and color. But what I'm going to do is going to be using just this, which is going to be kind of like a shield, basically. Now here, the next thing I'm going to do is going to be clicking on any of these, okay, whichever one I prefer. I'm going to right click on it. Let's say I'm going to use this one, right click, just ungroup it. I'm going to take this ball. Make sure that it is kind of at the center. Looks a lot more better. Okay, let's just use it somewhere around over here. Make sure it is big enough. Now, as I have a basic structure of it, I'm gonna do is click on it. And I'm going to do is shorten it up just a bit more. Let's say I'm going to use it. Okay, this place looks good enough. And I'm going to do is click on my text, or let's say I'm going to click on this one first. And then let's say I'm going to fill it up with a specific color. Okay, I'm going to do is find out the specific tool and then find out this one. Click on fill, or right click on it if you want to use, let's say if you want to use gradient, just click on over here and select on this picker tool, which you will basically have over here. Say I'm gonna eyedropper tool, Now you can see this is basically how it will look like. Okay, now it looks a lot more better. But instead of that, I want to use something a bit more different. So I'm going to do is click on the specific one. From here, I'm going to do is take this color. Okay, this color. So I'm going to do is click on over here. I'm going to do is click on select on fill, click on gradient. I'm going to click on this eye to, picker tool, and then I'm going to do select this. Basically, now what I'm going to do is going to be clicking on these ones. So I'm going to click on select, click on fill. Let's say I'm going to do is drag the whole thing over here so that it looks a lot more better. Okay, I can just, change the color whenever I want. Click on eye picker tool, eyedropper basically. Now this looks a lot more better. I'm going to click on the select tool, and then I'm going to do is remove it. Now I'm going to do is change out the gradients. I'm going to do is click on strokes. Let's say I'm going to use this and then increase the, stroke. What I'm going to do is click on strokes again. Click on this. What I'm going to do is make it a bit more darker. Therefore, we have it. Okay, so I'm sure I don't need this anymore, so I'm gonna do is keep it somewhere around over here. Now, if you want to use the wings, you can also do that. You can just select or ungroup it first. Okay, I have it. Take this one over here. And there you go. Okay, I picked the wrong one. Take it right around over here. I'm gonna just press on Control G. I'm gonna press on this and make sure it looks big enough. Right click on it, and then I'm gonna do is arrange it, send back. Okay, let's instead of that, I'm gonna do is Alt. Click on over here. I'm gonna do is click on type. You can select on path if you want to, but I'm gonna do is just rotate it. You can rotate it according to your desire. Let's say I'm gonna do is keep it something. Okay, instead of keeping that like that, I'm gonna do is going to be rotating it in a whole different level. So I have to turn that to be the opposite. So to do that, I'll have this option. Okay, instead of that, I can just use the specific one, which I already had. Select on this tool. Control G. That looks a lot more better. Right click, click on arrange, send to back. First thing I'm going to do is going to be clicking on this. Okay, perfect. I have to make this a bit more shorter. Okay, looks a lot more better. Just shorten it up a bit more, and there you go. I'm going to select the whole thing, group them up together because I'll be needing them. Okay, now I'm going to do is going to be putting it my text. Okay, I'm going to select on this text tool. Let's say soccer club. I'm going to do is change the text. Let's say select whichever text you want. Then I'm going to do is going to be selecting one which looks a lot more better. Unlike that, let's say I'm gonna use this, or maybe, okay, let's look for a couple of other fonts which we have. Now let's say I'm gonna go down. Okay, this looks not that bad. Do a zoom in. I'm gonna do is click on it. Okay, as we're quite done. Okay, now I'm gonna do is gonna be clicking on this text. Then I'm gonna do is going to be keeping the font. Okay, I'm gonna keep on this, and strokes are should be black. Strokes black. And put the fill to be white. Now let's say I'm gonna put in a couple of the fire which we have over here. I'm gonna use that. Let's say I'm gonna pick a couple of those. I'm gonna use these decals. I'm gonna click on it and ungroup them. I'm gonna use this decal wherever I basically want. There you go. We have it. I'm gonna select the whole thing, Control G. Then I'm gonna do is, as we have our logo ready, you can also put it up in a circle if you want to. Then I'm gonna do is click on this or make another one. Let's say first off, let's get our t-shirt mockup file. Open t-shirt mockup wherever you wanted to get it at. Let's say this time I'm gonna use a white t-shirt. Press on OK, and then there you go, you have it. I'm gonna take this whole thing and paste it around over here. Control Z, hold on the shift. And there you go. You have it. Okay, we'll press on Control Z. And when you're pasting that up, let's say I'm gonna do is take it up over here. I'm gonna do is there convert, okay, this RGB working space. Okay, I'm gonna do is you have to change the RGB. Okay, so if you have like the better one, then you can see this is how it will look like. The better one. So you can see when you keep it up just like this, it will just congest the space. That is why it looks like that. If you need a a smaller font, delete it. But if you basically have, the smaller font over here, let's say I'm going to click on the specific one. I'm going to click on this object and group it. You can see over here. What we're going to do over here is going to be selecting the font to be a bit, less thicker. Now let's try it out. Group them together. And let's just try pasting it. I can see at least the font looks, a lot better over here. So you just have to, fix the fonts a bit and make sure to fix your resolution before applying anything to your, your t-shirt mockup, because it depends on the resolution. Because now you can see that the strokes are basically getting congested. Okay, so they're just getting thicker, and we can see the, the details less and the text to be a bit more. You can also do it from over here. You can click on it and you can fix the strokes. Let's say no stroke. You can see now it looks a lot more better. Click on this text. Now press on Control Z. As I have the box over here, I'm going to do is going to be keeping no strokes. Now you can see there's basically no strokes. Now I'm going to do is, I can see this looks a lot more better, even though this looks like this. I'm going to click on keep on one font, but it's still a bit too thick. It looks a lot more better, right? So now you know how you'll be able to create a sports t-shirt or with the logo you make on your own. But if you want to use any of these logos over here, you can just click them on and then just take it to any, t-shirt and mock it up according to your desire. Okay, so hope you understood everything in this lesson. Now let's move on to our next lesson of customizing our next t-shirt design.